guys, welcome back to my channel. It's great to see you again, and I have a new video for you guys today, and it's going to be my palette collection. So that's including my eyeshadows, my contour palettes, and stuff like that, and all my little quads and duos. I'm going to include that in there too, just because it's quick and easy, and I'm not going to talk too much about everything, so I don't want this to be a long video. I don't actually have that many palettes or anything like that, so it shouldn't be that long of a video in the first place. So I'll just try some of them. I don't know the exact names of some of them. Some of them are limited edition, so you can't get them anymore, but some of them aren't, and you can get them if you want to still. So before we get into the video, I just want to say, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Katie. I make a whole bunch of different types of videos on my channel, and I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button down below to be part of my YouTube family, and also feel free to hit that little bell if you want to be notified for when I post a video. And without further ado, why don't we just get into this palette collection. Okay, we're gonna start with my little duos and quads. So I have two little eyeshadow duos from Avon. There's one in warm Cashmere. This one I got a lot of love out of. This is one of the very many eyeshadows that I actually have hit pan on. I don't hit pan on a lot of eyeshadows, and I did hit pan on this. This color right here is in the color Peach, and then this one is Iced Coffee. I just figured that out after so many years of having this one. Odd. I do have another one ready on the go when I do finish this one. I don't really use this one all that often. They're both shimmer shades, so I don't really use them all that much. Okay, now moving on to the next little quad, and this is from Avon as well. The first three are from Avon, and this is it's not a quad, it's a duo, and it is the Orange Crush Duo, and it is in Peachy and Radiant Orange. This one is really pretty too, but again, they're both shimmer shades, so I don't get that much use out of them because I really don't want to put that bright orange on my lid, so I'd have to go in with other shadows. Okay, now my last little Avon eyeshadow quad, I think this is the last one, is this one, and it is actually a quad, and it is a Mocha Latte quad. So there is Latte, Beige, Iced Coffee, and Espresso. So those are the colors in the quad. I don't really get that much use out of them. Avon eyeshadows aren't my favorite eyeshadows, so I don't really use them all that much, but these come in handy a lot when you need a quick little look, because these three are mattes and there's just one shimmer for your lid. So those little quads, and I don't know why these are still in there. I'm just going to throw them away. Okay, now moving on to the next little quads. The next one is an eyeshadow palette from Ulta. This came in one of those little sample bags you get at the beginning of every year, and I'm hoping to get the new one that's this year. It looks really good. It looks really good this year. And there's two mattes and the rest are shimmers. I actually used this top row mixed with another for my eye look today, for mainly my eye look, except for the white shadow on my lid. I used this one on top, but it just wasn't as vibrant enough, so I went in with a different shadow. But this is a really cute little quad. The next palette I have is this Lorac palette. It is the Riesung Romance Eyeshadow palette. I really like this palette. I really like Lorac shadows. They are so buttery, they're so creamy, they're so pigmented, they're very blendable, they are awesome. I have another Lorac palette, but this one, I love this. It is so good, and this bone matte shade is amazing. I'm not going to swatch anything today, so if you want to see swatches of certain palettes, you can go ahead and let me know, and I'll let you know when I already have a swatch video up for the certain palette. But there's there's only like two mattes in here, but these ones are satin, so you could probably get away with them putting in your crease. I normally do. And then that one, and this shadow right here is an amazing highlight. It is so pretty. I absolutely adore this as a highlight. Love it. Okay, moving on. The next palette I have is a Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow palette, and I do have a review on this palette. I'll go ahead and link it down below if you want to go ahead and go watch that. Okay, moving on to the next few palettes. The next palette I have, if you can tell, I'm going by size because that's how I have them lined up in my little thing. The next palette I have is the Urban Decay Shadow Box, and I think it might be the first one. I don't know exactly which one it is, but it just says Urban Decay Shadow Box. So, I don't know. I absolutely love this packaging. It is so cute. It might have been a limited edition because I can't find it anywhere anymore. This is the palette on the inside. There's one matte in here, and it is the blackout shade, which is kind of disappointing due to the fact because it's black. That's why, like, I like Urban Decay eyeshadows, but they never seem to put enough they never seem to put enough matte shadows in their palettes. And I've also noticed with Urban Decay is that they like to reuse a lot of their shadows. They really do, because there is Sin in here and Smog in here. And I have those already in my one of my Urban Decay palettes. And I mean, so I don't really find myself reaching for this one because they are all shimmer shadows. They are really, really pretty though. They're extremely pigmented. They're gorgeous. I love them. Every now and then I will reach in here and use a shadow if I have enough time. But other than that, I don't really reach for it. Okay, the next palette I have is a Revolution Ultra Contour palette. I adore this palette so much. It is amazing. This highlight shade is absolutely stunning. It is so intense. It is so intense. And you gotta be in for intense highlight if you want this highlight. The other two highlights, this is kind of a highlight and this is the other highlight. These ones are very subtle highlights. I normally mix these two if I want a little bit more of a subtle highlight. And then there's banana powder and then a setting shade, and then there's a contour shade. I love the contour shade. I use it today to contour. And then two bronzer shades. I really like this palette. And then the next eyeshadow palette I have is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I did a review on this palette as well. It's in the same video as my Sweet Peach Glow palette. They're in the same video. I'll go ahead and link it below. I also did a makeup tutorial using this palette, so I'll go ahead and link it down below for you guys so you can go watch that as well. So there'll be a lot of videos linked down below. And also make sure to check the card because I also put a lot of videos in card too, so you can go there. And then if you wait to the end, I'll suggest some videos for you too. But I love this palette so much. So the next palette I have is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love this palette so much. This is honestly probably my favorite palette that I own due to the fact that orange tones look amazing with green eyes. They look so good. They make your green eyes pop so much. And I need to do a tutorial on this. If you want to see that, go ahead and let me know down below because I've been meaning to film one. I just haven't got around to it. The next palette I have is the Urban Decay Naked 1 palette. This was the first high-end palette I ever owned, and this is by far my favorite palette of the so far. I only have two of the palettes, but I like this one a lot better than the other one I have. Just because you can get super neutral looks and then you have the pops of color. I have used all the shadows at least twice up to Hustle. I've used nothing from Over. I haven't used Creep or Gunmetal. Those two, I don't even know where they're in the palette. Honestly, like, I understand they wanted some pops of color in there, but no one ever touches them. Every time I see a palette video, they're like, I never touch Gunmetal or Creep, and I'm just all like, me neither, girlfriend. I don't do it either. I just don't. Is this a sticker? Oh my god! I've had this palette for so long, and I just now realized that there is a sticker over my mirror. Okay, moving on. I love using this palette just for quick little looks. I will put Buck and Naked into my crease, slap Sidecar or Sin or Half Baked on my lid, highlight, good to go. It's perfect. I absolutely adore this thing. And this is by far my favorite, well, my second favorite eyeshadow palette. I use this one the most for sure. The next eyeshadow palette I have is the Naked Smoky palette. This eyeshadow palette, just on the outside, is absolutely gorgeous. Just look at it. This packet, they really stepped it up with the packaging on this one. I really like this one, and they also stepped it up with the amount of mattes in the shadow because they have 4 in this one instead of 2 or 3. They went up to 4, and I think that's awesome. And I did a review and swatch video on this palette, and I'll go ahead and link that down below if you want to see that palette. So, I love this one too. So the next eyeshadow palette, and it is the Revolution Fortune Favors the Brave palette. It has that little sheet of the colors in there, and I like to keep it. When I first got this palette, I loved it so much, and as it got older, the mattes have gotten crappy. The shimmers are still really good. Mattes, not so much. And this is a really hit and miss palette, honestly. I honestly stay away from like this half of the board. I mainly am just more on this half, but can you blame me? Neutrals. Everyone loves neutrals. No one's ever gonna get over neutrals. I don't use this like at all anymore. It's kind of disappointing because I used to love this so much. But let's just move on because I don't have much to say about this palette because it's not all that good. The next palette I have is this one. I recently just got this one, and it is, my friend got it from Marshall's. It is the MAC Studio. Okay, this looks like a palette that, normally when you get palettes from like Marshall's or TJ Maxx or Ross or anything like that, they're not good. But can I just say that this palette is absolutely amazing. There is one shade in here that is not pigmented at all, which is this one right here. But these other ones, all of these ones are baked highlights. Baked highlights? No. Well, I mean, you could use some of these for highlights because they're that pigmented and that pretty. They're really intense. Like, they're so, so intense. But all of them are baked. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4 mattes. And then the rest are shimmers. And then there's 3 blushes. And then there's shimmers right here too. Definitely, if you can see this, it's by MAC Studio. Go pick it up because she said it wasn't that expensive. And it's really good. Just saying. Okay, so the next palette I have is the Too Faced The Power of Makeup by Nikkie Tutorials. It is the collaboration she did with Too Faced. I really, really like this palette. The one shade I noticed I have a lot of trouble with is Irresistible. For some reason, Irresistible is resistible. Frosted Yum by far is the best shadow for me in here. That shadow is the best, I think, in the palette. I really like the highlight. I used it on my face today. I really like the blushes, and the Ivy is the matte white shade I used on my eyelids. The blushes are really, really pretty. The Chocolate Soleil bronzer I absolutely love. And it does smell like chocolate, guys. And I was putting this on my face, and I could smell the chocolate. And it was like, yes, it smells so good. And I really do like this. I used, if you want to see a tutorial with this palette, go ahead and let me know. My February Ipsy bag unbagging and try on video, I used this palette on my eyes. Go look at the video and you can see my makeup, and if you want me to recreate that with this palette as a tutorial, I will do that, okay? Just let me know and I will do that, but I do really like this palette. A lot of people don't like this palette, and I don't know why, but I really like it. Okay, and the last palette I have is the Lorac Pro Mega 3 palette. I recently just used this palette in my Soft and Flirty Valentine's Day makeup tutorial. I will go ahead and link that down below for you so you can go watch it. Lorac shadows, like I said about my first little palette I got, I absolutely adore them. They are amazing. They're soft, they're blendable, they're buttery, they're creamy, they're amazing. They're everything you want. They're pigmented. The top 2 rows are matte and the bottom 2 rows are shimmer. I've noticed that they like to do that in their pro palettes. Always have a row of matte and then a row of shimmer, and I think that's a really nice setup instead of mixing them all in there. This palette was limited edition. Oh, I'm about to tell you, this palette was limited edition as well, but you probably already knew that, but you can't get it anymore, so I'm sorry that you can't get this anymore. And this one is limited edition as well, and they are probably completely gone. Especially this one, because this one is amazing. I really do love this palette. I adore it. I really, really do. I use it all the time. Surprisingly, it's so big and bulky, but I use it a lot. I don't know why. I just really like the tones in here. And some of them I've used a lot, like our toffee. I've used a lot of rose quartz. I've used a lot of tan and pecan, crepe and stuff. And I really do like the palette. So I wish they brought it back for you guys to get because it is absolutely amazing, but they're not gonna do that. So that's kind of disappointing. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked me showing my palette collection to you. And I didn't do this disclaimer at the beginning of the video because I didn't feel like it's necessary at the beginning, but now that I'm going, I really think I should just do it so I don't get hate in the comments. I'm not doing this video to brag or anything. I'm just doing it to show you guys what I have because I personally love to watch these videos and I love to see what other people have. And some people seem to take it the wrong way and that I'm bragging, but I'm really not, guys. I promise you, I am not trying to brag. I also wanted to show you my palettes so you guys could let me know what palettes you wanted me to use in a tutorial. Also, before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up so I know what videos you guys would like to see and want to see more of. But don't forget to let me know down in the comment section other videos you guys want to see. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.